raindrops. Big bang plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Ay, 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 ay.
Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Buffalo Bills. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And Thomas has it. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
partner. I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Here's Coleman, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
To throw is Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now the pitch to Freeman. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the 2nd drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Jones. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. To the 33, good enough for a 1st down. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Garoppolo on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it, got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Titans. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Garoppolo now. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
And Suckup will put this one right through, and the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
Huh? You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Rodgers now on 1st down. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Rodgers going to throw. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Coleman now. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills are in for 6. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And it's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went. And went no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. To go here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. On second down, here's Rodgers. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Hey, check 26. Got 18. What's it doing?
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the first down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know it's a cliche, but he's a Stanford kid, so his ability to read and diagnose and make a play, you kind of figure he's got that, and he does. Nice play by Justin Reed getting near the line of scrimmage and making the tackle. But he can play the deep ball as well. Patrol center field. I just love all of his skill attributes, and when you really need him, he can jump into the slot and cover guys as well.
By 20! By 20! Yes!
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Coleman. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30. Past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead is now 10-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers now going to throw again. Going underneath. It's Coleman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. They toss to Freeman. And able to work his way down to the 16. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that'll be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's third and short.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Titans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check 26.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Got an open man. It's QT. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 3rd down, that's Coleman, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get a little extra tackiness to them now.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Eifert has it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back big plays right there, and the Bills have another first down. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Hey, check 26. 319. 319.
Rodgers again now. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. This is Coleman. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
319. Hey, where are you going? Loco, over here.
Right back to him on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The safety, Calvin Pryor, is there on the tackle.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw is Rodgers. Looking to throw on 2nd down. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. It's Coleman here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
88. Hey, check 26.
And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Hey, check 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Tyler Eifert, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go play action here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Go ahead.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And that's caught inside the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll run here with Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Give them a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Now the Bills will hustle to the line.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Freeman again. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Tennessee, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.